He was diagnosed with 3 months. His last show was on the 3-year anniversary of that same message. You see, afterwards he said he knew that he had left his mark. His impact had been made. You see, he was a dying poet with a sense of urgency. Seek to birth more creative children than Octomom. Even in his words when he said he could put off his passion. Racing back in his mind, trying to flip on the switch, and if the years passed for a lover, he just wanted to make up for the lost time. His hand shuddered holding his pen. Shaky is his future, because when he got the news that he was being cheated by a much too early death, his foolish notions of immortality faded, and now he is trying to cram a lifetime's worth of poetry and meaning into a few short months, all because he didn't know the urgency of action at a much sooner time. So now writing is becoming architecture, and he is building perfect castles in the sands of borrowed time, hoping he can complete the construction before they get washed away. You see, this is a terminal vocabulary. Writing as if there were no tomorrow. A scythe is etching words into his skin, so he is shedding them on paper like a snake filled with venom that is killing itself. Screaming at the heavens for treating his life like a Need for Speed shortcut, and he's trying to CPU traffic himself, hoping that if he can take it head on, he can send it flipping in the air so drastically, it has to give pause before using deteriorating cheat codes to make new world records to the finish line, all while begging to God to give him every possible second to make up for his foolishness. You see, he doesn't want to write messages, he needs to project broadcasts that goes through his soul, through his lips and his pens, because if he can create those life-changing instances, his life will have purpose, and he would have to be allowed more time to live. But if he can't send his life spinning into overtime because he's out of time, then he'll take the time to ensure he can shine, to rock a mic and say that this is mine. My life had purpose. Like your pain was a stray bullet, he's trying to teach it to curve past you in the hopes that he will become wanted. You see, he needs to write because he knows the pain of being around healers who can't do a thing for you. So he stethoscopes his cerebrum to your soul, tells you to cough your burdens into the air so he can hear what you are feeling and properly diagnose your hardship so that you can be healed by a dying man who knows first and foremost that even the most simplistic things like procrastination can take as much from you as cancer took from him. He was buried with a notebook and pencil. No microphone because he never needed one. Pens were tied to the roses that were dropped over caskets. Ink was poured on the sidewalks in memory of. We passed out his CDs at the funeral, and on the anniversary of his passing, we hold open mics. Thank you.